Will grimaced as he hovered over the wash basin at the back of Eads and Giles' print shop and scrubbed the bar of lye soap over his ink-stained fingers. He'd not gotten this much ink on his hands since his first week as an apprentice with Uncle Silas back in Chatham, England. But he'd been distracted ever since receiving Charlotte's letter a sennight ago and making mistakes to show it. Nathaniel Hadley, an apprentice at the paper, leaned over and eyed Will's chapped hands. "You should get something for those." "I know." Will grabbed the towel laying on the counter beside the basin and tried not to wince as the coarse fabric rubbed against his cracked skin. Lye was the only thing strong enough to remove the stubborn ink, but even though it was rendered with fat to lessen its strength, it was harsh enough to make him regret his carelessness. "Ready to tell me what's been troubling you?" Nathaniel pulled off his leather apron and hung it on a peg along the back wall of the press room. Will draped his own apron beside his friend's, rolling his shoulders as he glanced around the room to avoid his friend's probing stare. The massive printing press occupied the center of the space, while a pair of wooden tables lined the front walls, one for prepping the ink and the other to set type. The case of lead type stood against the left side, and a low fire flickered in the hearth on the right. He breathed in the familiar scents of ink and wood, exhaling as he turned back to Nathaniel. The younger man had helped secure Will's position at the Boston Gazette and Country Journal, and Will had grown to respect him and value his friendship. Still, he didn't relish the thought of talking over his disappointment with Charlotte once again. After sharing the contents of his letter with Libby last Wednesday, he'd discussed his situation with his stepmother, who generously extended the offer for him to stay as long as he wished. Then he had written to Patience with the news, after which he hoped not to think on it anymore. But he had failed miserably.